So Ghar Ki Murgi won't be Ghar Ki Murgi if I was on time, would it? This is the one show that I make sure I'm not on time. Hi, you're watching Ideas on Point, Ghar Ki Murgi edition every Thursday. We're here Monday to Thursday at 6 p.m. So please make sure that you follow this page because I know a lot of people tell me that I see your videos on my feed, but I don't find them later. Well, you don't find them later because you're not following TCCN page. So please follow the TCCN page on Facebook or else you're not going to find these videos again. Simple. Well, you can, I guess, but yeah, you'll have to do a lot more searching. All right, so we're back. Today we're going to talk about something so trivial. We started Ghar Ki Murgi starting with in December, we started talking about economics. We started talking about Bitcoin and all these really heavy duty topics. And then here we are in March when spring is, I keep saying spring is around the corner. It literally is around the corner in a couple of days from now. So we are in March right now, and Ghar Ki Murgi has become my kitchen table conversation show, basically, where I can come here and talk about anything and everything. And that's what I love about it. And I love that we do very semi-professional shows on rest of the days where we have conversations which are more heavyweight, I suppose, than what we do on Ghar Ki Murgi. For example, yesterday we talked about eating disorders, etc., etc. So yeah, so this is my one day when I can talk about anything. I can just be myself, and I can be with Pavan Elapavaluri, who is Ghar Ki Murgi. So I'm going to ask Ali to please bring him on the screen.
Adab Arz hai, Adab.
Well, it's good. Adab is actually one of the best greetings, given that we are very close to Ramadan. Yeah, but we're close to Holi as well.
Holi Mubarak, Ramadan Mubarak, Sab Mubarak.
And we're Ramadan actually this year is starting on April 13th, which also happens to be Vaisakhi.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Do you know why Ramadan changes every year?
Why does it go like a few days earlier?
Yeah, it doesn't fall on the so every Indian festival falls around the same time of the year. So
Yeah.
if you say Durga Puja, it's always in October. Dasara is always in October. Sankranti is like Pongal is always in January, mid-January. Holi is always around April, and Ugadi and Holi are like all Basant festivals are. But why does Ramzan change every year? Both of them follow moon calendar, but they change that. But they change.
Yeah, tell me.
Yeah, so I was keeping it a bit of a suspense.
Yeah, no.
So okay, so
no, it means tell me.
Both Islamic calendar and Indian calendar both follow lunar calendars, or not? They're not Gregorian as in solar calendars, but in Indian calendar system, there is a concept of Adhika Masam, like where they add a 1 month, in every 4 months or 5 months, an extra month. So that year there are 13 months rather than 12 months. So they take care of this additional, because of this moon. The lunar cycle is only 30 days, but the solar cycle is not. Lunar cycle is 30 days, but the solar cycle is 365 days.
Got it.
So that's the reason. So Indian calendars, the seasonality, they attribute it to the seasonalities, but the Islamic calendar doesn't. So that's why Ramzan sometimes happens in July, where they have to fast for what? In North Pole, they have to fast 24 hours.
You know what? Right now, I was looking at our live on Facebook on my phone because I sometimes check that. So we have automatic captions on.
Wow.
So it's actually captioning everything that you say. But anyway, so yeah, no, that's pretty neat. So they don't they so the Ramzan cycle is the actual lunar year
Actual
cycle.
lunar cycle, so it follows all through the year. So the lunar cycle for them, the holy month of Ramzan can follow in any season. It can fall in the deep winter. That's the best time to fast, because if you're in northern or deep northern or southern hemisphere, you only have few hours to fast. But if you fall in the summer of the hemisphere, you have like 20 hours to fast. So that's that.
I, I have huge respects for people who
Mm,
do it. I mean, I had a friend in Houston. I remember how hot it used to be, and
mm.
her job was not an indoors job. So she was in real estate. So she used to be outside quite a bit, and but she fasted, and it was incredible.
No water. That is
No
very,
water, yeah,
yeah.
no water.
That is
How do you
really
do
hard.
it?
Like
Yeah.
I saw my mom doing Indian fast. I said, "What sort of fast is this?" Like, oh, you can eat everything except you can't eat anything except fruits. It's like,
And well, you can pick it. There's so many different fasts though
yeah.
in India. Like you can choose like different kinds of fasts. Okay, I'm not going to eat eggs on this certain day. I'm not going to eat meat on this
Well,
certain day.
that's not really
Well,
fasting.
yeah, but there's like so many different
No, that's not really
diet.
fasting. Fasting is, oh, I'm not going to eat any food. Uh, but fruits are okay.
Yeah, so I don't think I can fast. Like I tried that intermittent fasting where you don't eat for 18 hours, which I can do, I think.
Yeah,
Which
you don't eat anything during the
Yeah,
day.
which I can easily do. But when I eat, I really eat. Like in that 8 hour period when I'm eating, it has to be like I really stuff myself.
Okay, what are we talking about today?
It's just a potpourri. Like it's like I don't know. Ghar Ki Murgi has become this like kitchen table conversation. Like I said, it's just random stuff. So why are we not here at 6 p.m. today? Is because it was so nice out.
Yeah, it is
And
lovely.
it is yeah, it is beautiful. And we have spring, I think 2 days now. It's 18th today, right?
No, we have our first spring and second winter is starting next week.
Yeah, of course. Next week it's gonna come back. My goodness.
Next week is our second winter. We
Yeah,
are
but
having a
I think
first
second
spring.
winter, thankfully, is not as harsh as the first winter. So
Yeah, hopefully. The second winter will be a lot of dumping of snow, though.
I don't mind snow as long as it's not minus 40. I'm okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't mind wading through the snow. All right, so we were gonna talk about home chores.
Mm.
Ghar ki murgi doing ghar ke chores.
Yeah. That's perfectly. That's what I do.
No comments. All right. So let's talk about how different we are in terms of how we deal with the household chores. For me, I I always had help growing up. I've never done anything in my life. I've never done anything with my hands. Literally, I have never
You
washed
even
dishes.
had a bell in your bedroom, like in Downtown Abbey. Like we went to show you. You showed your room to me, and you had a bell in your room to ring a bell, and some guy comes with. Do you have a phone to say that to downstairs? Like bring me tea or bring me coffee, or they would run up to your room and
They would
ask for your
run up
tea.
to my room. And the funny thing was, all of our bedrooms had those bells, and the bell rang into the servant's quarter. And he would know which room that bell was from
How
because
the length of the time bell ringing? Hmm.
the sound was different for each room.
Oh,
Yeah, so I don't know how, but he knew. Like if it was my room, it was my mom's room, or if it was my brother or sister's room, like he knew exactly what room he has to go to. And so we had a
that is such incomprehensible concept to me. It is like crazy, mind blowing.
but you saw that bell, right?
Yeah, I did see the
I'm
bell.
not making that stuff
No,
up.
you're
It's
not making
real.
that.
It's real. You saw that bell and it rings in the servant quarters. And that's how I grew up. Like, so I grew up in the morning. I used to wake up in the morning and I'd have like kapde and everything ironed and on the bed by the time I come out of the shower. So all my school uniforms ready, my shoes are polished and they're right under my bed. I put those kapde on. I leave my laundry, I leave my towel wherever it is, and then I would go downstairs.
Would you yell at your servants too? Like, don't you didn't do this properly? You
Yeah,
didn't iron.
no, that was something that would never happen because my mom was like, she taught us better. And my mom was very kind. My mom was very kind to everybody, actually, to all the house help. That's something that I'll give to my mother. She was always so kind. So yeah, I would come downstairs and then I'd have breakfast on the dining table.
And compare that to here.
Okay, let me finish. So I would eat my breakfast. I would never put dishes in my kitchen. Like, I wouldn't even pick my dishes and put them away. It never happened. Like, incomprehensible, right? So you leave the dishes and then you walk out. And then you have your vehicle that's going to take you to school. So you go to school and you come back. You come back from school and you go upstairs. You change your clothes. Your change of clothes are already on the bed or in your closet, wherever. You throw the kapde into the laundry basket, and then you're when you come home, you get like roux afza wala milk the minute you walk in the door, and then you don't have to worry about the dishes or anything. So that was like literally my life. And I didn't know how sweeping is done. I didn't know how mopping was done. I haven't done anything. I didn't enter the kitchen. I didn't do the dishes. Like, that's how I was raised. And then here, so when we moved here, I was still little at the time. It was a culture shock. And then I don't know. Even like, actually, even when we moved here, my mom really didn't let us do anything.
Oh yeah, I would believe that.
She worked in the kitchen, so she didn't really make us do a lot of work, but we had to help her with the vacuum. We had to occasionally wash the dishes. Cooking, of course, my mom did all of it. So when we moved to Canada, that was a culture shock for me. It's like, what? No one is going to like put my dishes in the sink for me? What?
No one is going to polish my boots for me. No one is going to do my laundry for. Well, no, you never do laundry even now, so it doesn't. That didn't change.
Oh, thanks, Bhavin. Thanks for revealing all my. No, I do my own laundry. Okay, we'll get to that. But yeah, so that was a huge culture shock for me. And then when we got married, that it was even a bigger culture shock, because then I had to do everything. Yeah, because I don't like what you do.
Okay.
Yeah, so I didn't like what you did. I didn't like how you cleaned. So I had to clean. Well, cooking is fine. You can cook. So I had to like do everything. And I was like, okay, what is this new world? This is a... So that's my story with domestic chores. And then, of course, thankfully, we were, again, like, I mean, I have to check my privilege here. We did have help. We always had cleaners, and we always had external help. So we were very, very, very blessed in that way. But it was nothing compared to what I grew up with. No.
Yeah, and in India, it's quite common. I'm not to the level of what you had with the buzzers in the servant quarters, like Downtown Abbey style. But when I grew up in a very, very middle class family. So my mom and my dad were both lecturers, and which is like professors here. So we had a morning, a lady used to come and do the dishes and get stuff ready for my mom to cook, and then that's it. That's all. My mom did everything, and there is nothing like we didn't have buzzers. We had to take our clean the put the dishes away. We had to help my mom clean up the kitchen. We did all of that, and I used to stand with my mom in kitchen helping her all the time. I did all of that. So for me, this is life is Downtown Abbey life. For me, it's like Bollywood, like Ramu Kaka, like you had a Ramu Kaka running around.
His name was Ramu Kaka's name was Ram Pukar. We called him
Ramu Kaka. What is it? Bitiya Rani? Like the Ramu Kaka always calls the heroine Bitiya Rani, right? Did the Ramu Kaka would call you Bitiya Rani too? Bitiya Rani, ab kya khaoge aaj? Bitiya Rani, kya parose aaj aapko?
No, our Ramu Kaka was not that old. Yes, Ali, we had a Mali Kaka that was separate. Ramu Kaka did not do what Mali Kaka did. So
and Bahadur.
Oh, we had
Watchman
Bahadur
Bahadur.
as well. We had Bahadur. Ramayan and Kala, they were my uncles. They were our chachajis. They used to live with chachaji guys, but they used to help us as well if we needed.
And
So
what's the driver? Usually, what's the driver's name?
we had Jora Singh uncle.
Uh, like driver's name is Zora Singh uncle.
Yeah, he was Jora. His name was Jora Singh.
Oh, we had a ball like Bittiya Rani. Ramu Kaka would have tears of ice when Bittiya Rani stood first in the running race.
It was a good life, man. I really liked it. It was a good life. It was good life. I want my life back. I
Yeah,
want Ramu Kaka back.
for me, there is no Bittiya Rani Raja Babu life. It is like you खुद का polish shoes खुद करो, खुद का uniform खुद iron करो, खुद का सब कुछ करो. This is ridiculous. How crazy you
Okay,
lived.
so let me reframe the question. So if you had that option, let's say you had that option that there is someone who's waiting on you all the time, and I'm going to ask this question to the audience too, like whoever is watching. Uh, if you had that option of having like a personal assistant cleaning up after you consistently, I don't
Most of
wouldn't
people have their moms.
exactly. I was gonna say most of the people have their moms, and a lot of grown-up kids these days have their wives.
Yeah.
Uh, so, but let's get out of the patriarchal shackles of the society for a second here. So, if we had someone that you could pay someone to just clean up after you, someone to do your clothes, someone to clean the after you're done cooking, do your dishes, do your laundry every day, fold it for you, go shopping for you, go do your groceries for you. Would you not like that?
No, not me. I don't want that at all. In
Why
fact,
not?
in fact, whenever someone used to come and clean the house, I used to feel so embarrassed. Like I couldn't handle that. It's like I didn't really feel okay with that at all. So if someone is going to cook and clean, no, I would rather help them when I'm there doing that. I can't. No, I can't really handle that at all. I would not be able to have a Ramu Kaka run up to my room with a glass of dudh. That I would not be able to do that.
Why not?
No, no, I can't. I don't know. It seems to be okay. Maybe you said that we want to keep it really light here, right? So, like,
No, no,
how is
I want to delve into the economics of it too. Why
no? There
not?
is no economics of it. Economics is a so.
You're giving someone a job.
Yeah, giving someone a job and disrespecting someone is a there is a very thin line to it. So slavery was defended in the sense that we are bringing these people, they were living like animals, and we gave them decent jobs, we gave them food to eat, we are teaching them. They were called a white man's burden.
Yeah, but here I'm not saying
Well,
that.
there is a very little. The
What's
line is
what's the,
very thin.
but what's the, but
Ramu Kaka, who runs to your room with a buzzer, with a Bittiya Rani, a glass of doodh for Bittiya Rani, and in a plantation, a slave taking care of a girl. Like we watch so many movies in South. And w- and you watch this show of Downtown Abbey, and don't you feel shivers down your spine? Very strange. For me, that is really like, how can this happen?
I feel okay. So I had this actually conversation or debate with a group of my friends when Arohi was a baby because one of my friends, she hired a nanny and then she hired other household help because she could afford it. So there was a huge debate in our group of friends who, of course, we were divided 50-50. So some of them said that it's really derogatory to make someone work for you like that, and that they wouldn't be able to do that. But then the other side of the argument was, if we didn't hire them, then these women or these people who are getting hired, they may not have jobs. They may not have the kind of house. Like, let's say my Ramu Kaka, the Ramu Kaka we had, he lived with us and he had a good, quarters. He had a good
Oh,
quarters.
they were living in a jungle. We brought them to
Oh,
cotton fields.
no. So,
Oh
and
yeah,
he
we they
could,
were living in
and he
jungles
could
like savages. We brought them in chains to cotton fields.
no, he chose to come there, right?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
right. Yeah.
And then he was getting paid well that he could send money back to home, like just like people here send money back home to India, Punjab.
Okay, let's turn the
Wait,
tables. And
wait,
if given a
wait.
choice, if Ramu Kaka is here, and if you ask Ramu Kaka, would you prefer running up the stairs for a 10-year-old girl running buzzer, pressing buzzer for milk, or would you go and live a decent life tilling a field? What would you choose?
Run up to the little girl to give her milk because that job is so much easier for more money. And then I can bring my wife and she can live with me there, and I can bring my kids, and then those kids can go to good schools because people I'm living with are going to put them through good schools. And I'm providing better opportunity for my children because I'm earning well, and again I'm giving them that society as well where they're hanging out with they're hanging out with these other
Yeah, they're
kids.
not hanging out with savages
They're not in
anymore.
the pit.
They're not in.
They're
They're
not
coming
in
in
the
cotton fields and hanging out with decent white folk.
no, they're not in a pind in Bihar where they may have no opportunities. Here they have access to opportunity. Oh,
No, I don't think so. This is
fine.
you are exploiting someone's misery. There is exactly that. It is for me, that is okay. Getting your help in washing dishes, or maybe that's even stretching for me. But doing this, putting buzzers and asking Ramu Kaka to run up a room to get a milk is
Okay, that's a little, I guess it's a little extreme. That's okay, let's get past that example. Let's not use that example of my Ramu Kaka coming up to my room with a buzzer. That's a bit, it sounds
well, it
so,
happened though. It happened.
well, it just sounds different than it was when
No, you have to face what it is. It's truth and reconciliation right now happening here.
when we were. Oh. I need to go find my Ramu Kaka. I don't know where he is now. My goodness, I don't know. I hope he's well wherever he is.
Okay,
I need to go found him.
going a little
Talk
bit
to him.
further into this thing. It's a very colonial. So having household help is not very common in all over the world. How it is common in India. This household help is a very colonial construct. So it came from how white men used to treat brown. There are brown white sahibs used to treat brown coolies, and the white sahibs left, and brown sahibs took their place. But the brown coolies remained brown coolies. So the brown white sahibs, the white sahibs always said that, oh, we are giving the brown coolies better life, and it is and it is the rules have the rules
It's
no.
Ghar Ki Murgi gets 1 day. I give him 1 hour a week.
So here brown sahibs came and say, using the same argument, oh, these people in the outward districts of Bihar, they don't even know how to live their lives. They come to Punjab and run up the stairs with a buzzer. They haven't even
Okay,
heard a
enough with
buzzer.
the buzzer already. Enough with the buzzer. You saw the buzzer, but you didn't see the kindness behind the buzzer. There are many times.
The white sahibs said the same thing too. They said that, well, we were very kind to Ramdeen. Ramdeen would be struggling in the fields. Ramdeen came and became my bootman, and he is very happy sitting on my feet. So it's exactly that. But I want to talk about that. So this is a very colonial construct, and brown sahibs, these brown sahibs, this is a very casteist system, and everyone, it goes down to, and and if you think about it, and if you see a domestic help, the caste of domestic help, most of them are lower castes. I don't know, I can't, I tried to find the statistics, but they couldn't find them. But most of these domestic help of lower caste. And would you be able to that is my point here. It is like, because you can, and it's a very very Indian thing, and that's because India had this caste system and then a class system with colonialism. And then when the colonialism went, then there is a brown sahibs came in. The caste system changed into an economic deprivation. There are states which are economically were made to be deprived, and there were states, prosperous states like Punjab, who had all these options. So this is that. And rather than giving more economic options for people to living up, you would say. So there was a recently there is a big agitation to say that there has to be minimum wage in India, and there has to be certain rules and regulations how this household help is being regulated. And this household help is becoming into a regulated sector, in a sense that there will be a pay to them, there it will be counted in GDP and everything. And this lockdown during 2020 has really put this into an upheaval. And lot of people say that, do we really need household help?
Yeah, we do.
We don't. That's the, like, we do to a certain extent, but you don't really need to some you don't really need someone running up the stairs with a bus.
Okay, it comes back to the darn buzzer. My goodness. I didn't even use it that often, as much as you've said it already. Probably. That buzzer comes in handy, like middle of the night.
Or
Let's say
early.
middle of the night. You need some help, and you're by yourself in your room, and you need
Oh,
someone.
let me switch on the lights in the staircase and go down to the fridge and grab a glass of water, like every other kid in India is doing. Not Bitya Rani.
Oh God. Let's say my mom needed help. Let's say, I
If my
don't
mom
know.
needed help, she would kick me and say that, go and do this. Not
Man,
bring
the
a.
buzzer was handy. It was good having that buzzer, yo. But I haven't even used it as much as you've mentioned it already. So my mother-in-law was surprised that my house help could open fridge, take juice and food, and come and sit with us to eat. That actually, I want to address that. And I think Puneet mentioned as well that that's not always the case, where household help is not treated well. Fortunately, I experienced what my experience was with only with my mom and with my nanny guys, and they treated their house help very well. They were one of the family, literally. So I've never seen anyone getting treated badly personally, but that's my personal experience. But of course, we hear these stories that are absolutely terrible stories that you hear. Professionals, even in the US, they bring people from out of the country and they treat them like slaves, and they treat them.
In Saudi Arabia, it's very common to abuse your maid. It is, they take away their passports, and in not only in Saudi Arabia, in Arabic countries, the housemates is a big thing. And then they, as soon as you land, your passports are gone, so you are practically a slave to the. So this is very, very uh, common. And people who always try to say that, oh, we do need house help. It's like, maybe you need a maid to come and help you to clean, set this house up once a week or twice a week. Maybe that, but every day, that for me is a little bit
So how would
can't
you?
really.
Well, let's say someone in, again, I'll go back to my Rampakar. So he is in Bihar and he doesn't have a job. He doesn't have zameen. He doesn't have any land to till. What would he do? And he doesn't want to work in the farms in Punjab either. He doesn't want to do the hard labor.
No, that they okay. That is, how, who am I to tell him what to do? It's his choice what to do. But what choice I have is, I have a choice of giving him respect and decency,
So
and.
perhaps what you just said about the laws being changed,
Mhm.
the regulations being brought into effect, that is what needs to happen. So
Yeah.
we can't negate the profession altogether. We can't just say, oh, this is not needed. You don't know what anyone needs. Like, I grew
No.
up like that. For me, I need it. I can say I need it. So I need someone to do these things for me. Okay. Easy now. So I need someone to do these things for me. And I want to, if I'm able to afford it, I want to be able to do it. In Canada, yes, we don't do it because
It's frowned upon.
but I did have cleaners here as well. So I don't think that
Oh no, that's okay, right? That's a profession, and they're very well regulated, and you hire through system. That's okay. So, but this so that there's a huge part of India GDP is an unorganized sector. And
yeah,
I was looking at these numbers. It's like 20% of Indian economy is an unorganized sector. It is a huge economy. Hundreds of thousands of crores is an unorganized sector. Imagine if this unorganized sectors is organized and comes to some sort of a organization where it is accounted for properly, they are given proper rights, and it becomes, they pay tax. Maybe that's asking too much, but it is a quite a good deal. And my sister, she told me a story. She has a bunch of people working for her as well. So her cook, she came from Orissa, and she had two sons or something, and they live in Bangalore, and she put them to school, and they are both engineers now.
yeah.
So they're moving up the ladder, and she doesn't have to do anything anymore. But I don't know whether she works for them, but there is she pays them quite well, and they do. So there has to be some sort of a regulation on how this unorganized sector is treated. And another thing what happened
Oh,
is,
talking about your sister, she has a driver. She pays him, I think, 10,000 or 11,000 a
yeah.
month. This was 10 years ago. She was paying him 10,000. I don't know what she's paying now. But and the driver is not even needed more than perhaps 2 hours in the morning and 2 hours in the evening, and that's all he does. So for someone like him, like why would he go work and in a field where he's going to earn a lot less?
Mhm. Yeah, but he's yeah. So
And
that's
he's
that.
doing it, and he's
Yeah,
giving people love and
there is a
respect.
dignity. Yeah, there is dignity. Yeah, there exactly. There is a dignity in the job. There is respect in the job, and all of it is honored. So the point is, it's a to change the system. The pandemic has really changed the system in India, in a sense that a lot of people have realized that maybe we can do things. And there were pictures of Chiranjeevi is a big South Indian star, like he's multi-crore gas, and he was vacuuming the house. So and he was making dosas too. That's Chiranjeevi doing it.
And that looks
So
like you. That's what you do. Aw,
see his kitchen.
you Telugu people. Aw, okay.
He's making dosas for his
I love his
mom.
living room, man.
Yeah.
Oh, we gotta move to India. I want to help with that.
Yeah, so and lot of people have started doing it, and it is catching up, and there is there is an honor in doing your own chores. I feel that, I
That
quite feel that.
that I wanted to touch. So I hear that quite often. This honor in doing your own work, honor in doing your own bande, your
Yeah, yeah.
cooking. I don't feel no honor. I enjoy
I feel
cooking.
yeah, I feel honor. In
Well,
fact, if I do my laundry, I feel so good about myself.
you should do my laundry too then.
I will do it. I usually do so.
No, when did you do my laundry? Now let's come to this.
Bzzz, do my laundry.
Come to
Bzzz.
this. Like, when did you do my laundry? I stopped doing Pavan's laundry a long time ago.
What? Okay,
I
so
did
sorry.
your laundry in the
Mm.
beginning, and then I'm like, no, I'm not doing this. You do your own laundry. So I don't
So
do Pavan's laundry.
so
But I
so
wash dishes.
yeah, that's true. So
I cook.
when I first came to Calgary, I lived in hostel after my I left my house in after +2. So I lived in hostel all growing up in hostel, and I lived in a good school. So in my school too, we had person coming and cleaning your room and doing your laundry too. So you just have to leave the laundry outside, and they will do the laundry and iron and put it back. I don't know whether we pay them. I forgot. but they would clean the room and there was mess and you need to do anything. But when I came to Calgary here, you have to do everything yourself. You have to cook, you have to do the dishes, and you have to. Fortunately, I had roommates who taught me through the way to what to do and how to do it, and
You
and
don't
and
learn much.
no, well, to live rather than living on noodles.
Yeah. What did you learn? Khichdi? Spinach dal?
Yeah, spinach dal was my go-to. Like I would make spinach dal all the
You
time.
should you should share your spinach dal recipe.
Yeah, get a slab of frozen spinach, get a a can of tomatoes, get tur dal and put it in a cooker and teen city and make some rice on the side and achar with it, and that's that's the
That's
most.
Pawan's dinner. And when you're done with it, you can make Maggie when
Yeah,
you don't have any spinach in the
yeah,
fridge.
yeah.
Yeah. No, I learned about spinach dal when I married Pawan. So he said, "Oh, I can cook for you. What are you gonna make for me? Spinach dal." So what is a spinach dal?
A wholesome meal, iron, protein, vitamins.
Oh goodness, that's another thing. So when I married Pavan, I come from a very spoiled household where my mother has like a full 5 course meal every dinner, no matter like how many hours she's put in at work. At home, like we'll have dal, sabzi, salad, dahi, roti, appetizer, dessert. Everything is made and laid out on table for every dinner, even up until now. Like you've seen that. So that's what my mom does. And so when I got married when we got married, and then I of course I'm like I didn't have any practice, I didn't know how to make any of that. So my idea of eating was starkly different from Pavan's idea of eating. I don't think Pavan had ever experienced what I had lived all my life. And
No,
then
my
all
mom used to do that too, but I moved
not
away
at
from my.
that. Your mom doesn't do it at that
Oh
expansive.
no, not to the level of your mom does that. But
I'm
but
not.
what
No.
we used to have is one dal, one sabzi, and rasam or sambar and yogurt. That's what we used to
Well, it's similar, but the expanse, like the
have.
what my mom does, like the full spread every night, I don't think I've seen that very often. So I really expected that, and and then I get married, and Pawan's like, "Oh, I can cook for you. I'll make you spinach dal," and I'm like, "Kahan se kahan?"
And what else? It's like, what do you mean? What else? There is achar.
Like, kahan se kahan? Okay, then then I had to learn. So now I can do that. I think I'm my mom's replica now.
Yeah. Before parting, I want to say that the women in India have organized themselves. So the women who do all the work in India, they want to be counted their unpaid work as part of GDP, and that's a very good thing. Like the women like your mom and my mom who did all the work in the house without without really being acknowledged, right?
Mhm.
You only could acknowledge your mom when you came and ate my spinach dal. That's the only thing you could acknowledge it. But there are so many moms who are toiling in the household without even sense of acknowledgement, putting 4 or 5 hours a day. And this is amount, at least if you calculate with the minimum age, that's billions of dollars in billions of rupees in GDP, which is being unaccounted for. This
See,
has.
now, if you were to monetize that profession entirely
Hmm.
and regulate it,
Hmm.
you would add into GDP and
Hmm.
plus make these women financially more
Hmm. I
independent.
totally agree. I totally agree. But there is no dehumanization with a buzzer, right?
Okay, buzzer does not dehumanize. It's like calling someone. We didn't have cell phones back in the day. How is a buzzer different than a cell phone? Like, seriously, it's like me buzzing you when you're upstairs. Pavin, come downstairs, and I call you, don't I? And
Ram
then,
Pukar.
and his name had Pukar in it. Pukar.
Eh?
The buzzer. My goodness. Like, you're not gonna live it down, are you? But it's literally like a phone call, is it not? No, yes or no?
Yeah, yeah,
How is
yes,
it
yes, yes.
dehumanizing?
Of course, it's not very different.
How is it dehumanizing? Okay,
No, it's not.
for people who are just joining in, I just want to say what this buzzer is. This buzzer, basically, I had a buzzer in my room.
No, I will tell. I will tell. I will
Oh
tell
God.
that. So Roop had a palatial house in Ludhiana, and she had in her bedroom there was a buzzer, and she could buzz the buzzer, and Ramu Kaka would run up 2 flights of stairs upstairs at 2 a.m. in the morning, asking Bitiya Rani, "Aapko kuch chahiye?" And she would say, I,
He was not that old to call me Bitya Rani.
"What?" So
He was
that's
not
what the
that
buzzer
old.
is.
He was like I think he was married, so he must be in his 20s.
Okay.
So he was not like
Yeah. Well, he didn't call you Bitiya Rani. He must have called you Main Saab.
Roop Didi.
Oh, Roop Didi. Yeah, you were 10 years old and he is 25 years old and he called Roop Didi. If this is not, uh,
I shot myself in the foot there. I totally shot myself in the foot there.
okay,
All
I think this is this is the longest video we have done. 40 minutes of buzz.
right. Of buzzing. Okay, what is your favorite chore to do?
Laundry.
You like doing laundry?
Mm,
So why don't you do my laundry?
I will do your laundry any day. That's my pickup line.
Oh man, it would work too. It would so work.
I
Yeah,
wish to do your laundry every
every day.
week.
It would so work. It would have so totally worked for me. My worst is laundry.
Yeah, see, we are made for each other.
I hate doing laundry.
I love doing laundry.
Well, as you know, I can pile it up to the literally to the
Okay, I think we used to call, I myself and my roommate used to call it an avalanche. So we used to pile laundry up from the closet till the bed, and if we didn't have then we have like a big avalanche happening. Then the avalanche happens, then the buzzer rings, and then we clean up and load it into our car and go to a laundromat. So we used to get the laundry till our beds.
I haven't reached that level yet.
Yeah.
It's coming close, quite close. My favorite thing to do is wash dishes. I actually enjoy washing dishes. I find it very therapeutic because I can put my music on and my hands are in warm water and I'm cleaning and yeah, that space cleans out. So I enjoy washing dishes. That's my favorite thing to do. All right, I think we've talked enough chores and I googled household chores before yesterday when I was thinking let's talk about household chores and domestic help, and apparently there's a lot of articles around it. Divorces happen because of
The main,
household chores.
yeah, the main reason for a divorce is household chores. This is the main reason. Arguing about sharing the duties. Well, we don't have a problem. You like doing dishes. I like doing laundry, so it's a perfect.
It's a perfect match. I think
Yeah.
that's what we need to teach Arohi. So when you find yourself a husband, make sure you ask him what his favorite chores are, and they should not align with yours. And then that's how you know you met. Kundali match karte hai na? Chores
Chores.
match करेंगे. हम chores match करेंगे. Kundali नहीं match करेंगे. Ali says he likes eating and sleeping and let Ramu Kaka do the rest. It's not like you do anything else, Ali, anyway. You have a wonderful wife who takes care of you. So, yeah, you've got that sorted. He doesn't do anything else. Literally, he doesn't. I don't think he does. Or maybe. I'm assuming he doesn't.
No comments. I don't know nothing.
No, he's very blessed. I don't think he's ever told me I cooked this. He's never really cooked anything. Right, Ali? Okay. All right, Ali ki poll khul gayi. So yeah, chores match karne. So I was reading so divorces happen because of that and mental burden. So the mental load because of the chores the stress, the anxiety, especially in COVID times now. Or talking about COVID times, this is very strange. Like whoever I speak to, my friends who I speak to, everybody's saying the same thing, that in COVID, they are staying at home and yet they're not able to finish their chores like they were able to when they were going out to work. And that's what I experienced too. Like I feel that my laundry is the highest right now it has ever been. So it goes from one basket to the other basket. So you wash it and you keep it in the other basket and keep using it and keep putting in the dirty basket. So it's like it goes from basket to basket rather than, going into the closet or you're putting it away. No, you're folding it. No, you're doing none of that. But when you were going to work, you were doing all of those things. You were cleaning the kitchen, you were cooking in advance, you were planning everything out. And now it's like day to day. It's like, okay, what should I cook? What's in the fridge? Let me look in the fridge and we'll decide at the very last minute. So there's no preparation, there's no planning. And because of that, the house is just in a disarray. And something that you said a couple of days ago, actually, when I was stressing out about chores, I said, look at our house, man. And, like there's a blanket, there's a there's a blanket, there's books lying around, and Arohi stuff was everywhere. And then you said, oh, this looks like a home. It looks like it's lived in, not like a show home. For me,
Yeah,
that was another thing. I grew up in a show home. I want a show home.
Yes, so that is who is paying the price for that? And does anyone who judges other people's cleanliness, do you ever put an idea into like why do you expect and who is paying the price for that show hominess? Like who is paying the price? And usually the lady of the house is paying the price because she's continuously getting worried about being judged, and she has to keep the house spick and span. Log kya kahenge? There is no Ramu ka cup for a buzzer, so the lady of the house has to come keep on the house spick and span, and you are judging other people's houses. So when you judge, go and see other people's house and say, oh, it's so ki gand paya and all of that. Like, think about it. The key gand pana is in a house. If people live gand to pata rehte hain. Like that's happened. So, and if the house is being spick and span, someone is taking the energy, mental and effective energy, and getting stressed about and keeping the house spick and span. A mausoleum stays spick and span. That's where dead people live. If a living people live in a home, not a house, and a home is always lived in. So this is my soapbox. Thanks. Sorry about that.
Yeah, that's just because you're lazy to clean.
Could be, but at least you if it's my house is what I can do. But if you are judging me for that, are you paying me for that? Anyways, let's. I think we
No,
rambled.
I get the point. I like what you said. That, like I said earlier, like I really liked what you said, is that the house is lived in, and why carry that stress and why carry that anxiety, because it only impacts you and it
Yeah.
hurts you. And why hurt yourself over something
Hmm.
that's not even that important? I mean, Pika, it's clean. The kitchen's clean. You've got good food. You've
Yeah.
worked out.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hygienic. Everything is
Hmm.
hygienic. But blanket
Yeah.
is
If
blanket
there
is
are if
lying
there are
around.
books laying around, if there is a blanket on the couch, if it's what's the big deal? Anyways, that's my I feel that it's very very hard on the women of the house usually to be that to carry that burden on them, to be afraid of constantly being judged that they're not good
I think it's also
mothers,
a burden that
wives.
it's also a burden that we carry ourselves, because it comes generationally down from our moms, right? It comes generationally from, like, my mom would tell me, what's your sassa going to say? What's your mother-in-law going to say if you're not able to clean the house, or if the house looks like that, or you just and you compare yourself with your own mom. Like, my mom never sits down. I don't think I've ever seen her sit down and watch a movie or watch TV. Like, she never sits down. She always has that cleaning cloth in her hand and she's always at it. And even before she gets the cleaning people to come to her house to clean, she cleans the house before they come.
Mm.
And I did that too. And I'm sure many women do that before a cleaning. Get cleaning services to come to your house. Many women will clean their house before they come. So it's just something that comes down generationally too. Okay, I have a long message here, so I'm going to read it. I would probably not be a good candidate to answer this. Many years back, we decided that my fairer half is amazing looking after the house and the kids. What ain't broken, don't fix it, right? So we decided that I should get the paycheck and she'll manage the expenses. Till now, this has been working like a charm. Please do not think I'm being sexist here. If it works, why not? I don't have any problem with that.
Mhm. No, I don't have any problem. I don't think it's sexist at all. It is a good arrangement, and if the I'm thinking maybe I'm wrong, but I'm thinking the person who commented is a male, right? Is that
Yeah.
is yeah? So if the roles switch to, I don't mind at all. I've seen that, and it's okay too. Yeah, if they have come to an arrangement, it's quite.
Yeah, I don't see any problem with that. I don't see, I think whatever works for each couple. So if it's 50-50, if both of you are working 8 hours outside the house and you're both coming home tired, then I would expect that both
Mm,
the spouses are putting in equal work at home. But if you made that arrangement that you're going to spend 10 hours, 12 hours outside and take care of the bills, and then she's going to be at home 10, 12 hours taking care of the house and the kids, that's equally important work. So both of you are putting your 10 to 12 hours separately. Why not? And if you flip the roles, like if the wife, like Pavan said, if wife is working outside and husband is taking care of stuff at home, why not? I think
the
every
problem comes is when the husband and wife come both work, and the husband comes and plops himself in the couch and says chai lao, and flips on to TV to CNN, and and gets immersed in the international businesses of the world, and while the wife is making cha and getting everything, that is a problem. Or the either out, that is a problem. And that goes to the point to that the wife has this, the lady of this house, especially in our households, has this immense burden of garko sambal. Why? Anyways, I get irritated by that concept, but that's
you're so not made for TV.
okay.
Why? I am so irritated. No, I can't talk about this. No, I can't talk about that.
No, but we are rambling here. I think that's all I'm worried about.
Well, ramble, it's Ghar Ki Murgi. That's your ramble opportunity of the week. Yeah, so I agree with you. It's just when sexism happens when both of them are coming home after working 10 hours a day each. And he comes in and he sits down and she goes into the kitchen and puts in another 8 hours. So she's basically doing double shifts where
Mm.
he's just doing a
And
single
one
shift,
shift is unpaid.
and one shift is unpaid. And she is doing it because she thinks it's her responsibility. And
No, it's not even thinking. The responsibility thopa gaya. It's like
yeah,
it's
well, you're conditioned, right? You're
yeah, you're
conditioned all
conditioned.
your
So
life
she
to believe
thinks
that.
is a different. It's not a choice. She if she doesn't do it, she will be she will be a bad mom, bad wife. She can't sleep properly. She has so much guilt in her uh,
Yeah.
in her world. It's not.
Yeah, I think we can talk about that guilt for like another 3 hours if I could. Because that guilt, my goodness, whether it's the TV, the messaging that we get on TV, the messaging that our own parents give us, the messaging that we hear from our friends, society, you see on social media, all these moms doing amazing things and having everything together. And yet here you are struggling to stay awake. Like it's just it's overwhelming. So yeah, that guilt, I think I can talk like a long time for that.
And maybe I'm not the right I'm a male. As a male I can't speak, but I would like to say something about it. Women judging other women is the one which I find it really hard to believe. Like, you are judging another woman how she is carrying her household. That really bothers me. Like, how can you do that? And it's like you are all in the same boat. You have all been maybe abused is a big word, all been conditioned like that, and judging immediately. "Ki kita, yeah, what did you do? See how her couch is, how this is very good." It's like,
you know, you know who that is? This channel has amazing messages. Elbow bump to you too. We can't tell you who that is, but that is a friend of ours.
yeah. So this is what it is, and women has to be allies to each other. That's what I feel, and I feel very sad when women judge other women's house, or how they how they do their household, how they carry their household, how they clean, when do they clean their house, how do they cook, how do they take care of their family. Everything is different, and a little bit of kindness, a little bit of empathy will go a long way. That's what I feel.
And that's our parting message after a ramble of an hour. Be kind.
Be
Be
kind,
kind to
especially to
yourself.
people, who are walking in the same path as you are. So they you are very easy to empathize with them because you have been in their shoes.
Yeah.
So
And everyone's path is different. You don't know what's going on in their house, right? You don't know what their health problems are. You don't know what their spouse's health problems are. You don't know their mental health issues or their children's issues, or something must be going on in their family. You don't know. So yeah, be kind to everybody. And it's not easy. Sometimes like it's a knee-jerk reaction too, because you're raised in a certain way, right? You're raised uh, like it's a social conditioning. You're raised to be this perfect, uh, what is the Punjabi word, Suwani, who manages the house, who manages the
there is no
role.
such thing as that.
Yes,
You are
but
paying so much price, and you are paying the price, your family is paying the
yeah,
price. There is this unset price. Money is not the price. You are paying price in so much ways.
yeah, no, I agree. It's 100% true. But it's again, it's just that you're socially conditioned. You're conditioned from every single day that when you're born, Pavin, your mom, like consistent messaging is as a girl, you need to take care of this. As a girl, you need to know this. And in our families, like how I was raised, where I wasn't taught anything, but again, I was drilled, that was drilled in my head consistently, is that as a woman, you have to take care of the family. As a woman, you have to take care of your kids. As a woman, you have to do this because that's a role modeling I saw my mom doing. That's a role modeling I saw everyone in my mom's generation doing. Nothing wrong with that. That was their choice and they're happy with their choices. But it was
Are
kind of,
they? Are they?
I don't know. That's their decisions to make. That's their decision to make. I'm no one to judge it. I can only judge it for myself. Am I happy with that? No, I don't think. I have my own dreams. I want to pursue my own dreams. And my dream is not staying in the kitchen all day. My dream is not spending my time running after my kid, picking up toys off the floor. So that's not my dream. My dream is to live the life I want to build for
Every,
myself.
everyone has their own dream. Everyone has their own dream. But my problem comes is when you judge other people. Like your dream could be a perfect household. You want to be a perfect household, and then we can do all of these things.
Hi,
But
Berto, burrito.
but judging other houses is what my issue is. Don't judge. Judging is, I don't really believe that judging is the right thing to do. When
Well,
you see
don't
something
don't
which
judge
is
for
not what you expect, the first
what.
emotion should be, I hope they feel better soon, or I hope something is, let what can I do, is the best thing you can do is not judge.
Yeah, don't judge dirty houses
Hmm.
as long as they're hygienic.
Yeah.
I hope so. All right. Well, it was lovely chatting with you as usual. It's so funny. Me and Pavan go for a walk, and normally we have really long, extensive conversations. But on days when we have to talk here, we don't talk. Our conversations are very light, and we don't delve into deeper, darker issues of anything. Like, we didn't talk about this all day today. We
No.
could have, but we didn't even talk. We wanted to come talk here. So, which is kind of cool. I am glad that we could do that. All right. All of these are getting recorded. So when we have great, great, great grandkids, they can watch us.
For sure.
Lived in homes, loved and lived in homes. Tiny Ellie says, this is an amazing topic. We need equal right for both genders. I agree with you, Tiny Ellie. I agree with you. I hope your parents are raising you well. All right. Thank you, Puneet. Thank you. Rachna was a part of our journey today. There were a few other people. Sorry, I can't really see. Unless you comment, I can't see who's watching. So, MD, thank you. I don't really Yeah, I can't scroll back up anymore. So thank you everyone who watched with us. We'll be back again next Thursday to chat again on a different topic. We'll see what that
Bye.
is going to be.
Adab arz hai, adab arz hai.
And bye, Birdo Bredo. Take care, Tiny Elias.